Welcome to Shrouded Realities Dead Internet Theory Part 2 with some expert insight. That's where we're coming today.
Yes.
Still not an expert.
We needed a guest.
You're more expert than we are.
I think that's still giving me too much credit.
I went back.
I can say some stuff.
I went back and listened to the episode that we released, and there was a lot of I don't knows. That's probably why you were like, I got you, bro. You called Steven and was like...
So I listened to the episode, and I really liked what you guys had to say, but it was less about the I don't knows that I was like, I could answer that, and more about I had some thoughts that were related.
Nice.
That kind of expand a little bit past the dead internet theory. So we can get into that.
Past dead internet. Okay.
Going deep.
And Connor wasn't in on that one either, so
Right.
you're going to be fresh take.
It's so past dead, it's alive.
Fresh.
Argue with
It's
it.
come back.
Do something with that.
I don't know.
Well, it's funny how accurate you are to my thoughts on it, but it's weird that was kind of right to what I was going to say.
Look at that. It comes back around.
I guess I need to introduce Zach.
That's me.
Zach's old school. He was here, our first real guest ever.
Yes.
Episode 17, I believe. It was super
Very
early.
legal.
Yeah. And Zach is the reason. Can't say that. That's for the after show on Patreon.
He's not 17.
No, he's not. If
No,
he's 17,
no.
I'm 48. I don't know.
He did not.
What's wrong with 48?
Chill out.
For real. It's offensive to 48-year-olds. But you're going to step out for a second?
Yep.
All right, no big deal. So Zach brought us cameras and got us on the next level of
Where we are today.
the podcast. And then that just a meteoric rise to 100 subscribers.
You give us 2 years and we'll get enough people to accidentally click that button.
Hey,
It worked out.
We're getting there. It's growth. It has not dipped yet.
We haven't talked
proud
about
of
this.
that.
We haven't talked about this, but people are mad right now, and I love it.
Yeah, I was going to save that for the plug, but if
We,
you're
we
rolling
will.
into it.
No, we'll tease the plug a little
There you
bit.
go.
People mad.
Yeah, people mad. We'll talk about it.
Yeah, we will.
We'll drop some names.
But I'm ready to hear about this expansion of the dead
The
internet.
dead internet theory. Let's just
I wanna
set
know
the
about
base
this.
just in case anybody missed the first episode. Go back and listen to it if you hadn't already. But dead internet theory is the theory that the internet is so washed out with bots and non-organic human stuff that it's dying. It's not trustworthy anymore. What you're seeing's probably not real. The algorithm's tailored so that you're not really getting truth, but you're going to get what you want to hear. That's the basis of the theory.
It's kind of hard to argue with.
I think what me and Steven came up with by the end of discussing it for an hour was that the internet's not dead, but it is certainly dying. It's on its way out.
sure.
You have to have glasses on to look through the internet to see if what you're seeing is real and true.
So I think that's probably right off the bat. The first thing I have, there's two things that I have wrong with just the name, the dead internet theory, is that first, it's not dead, right? The idea
That's what we come up with.
it's also not necessarily dying.
Oh, okay.
I think that calling it dead is a misnomer. I think really the problem with the idea of the theory is that there's a lot of things on there. This isn't even a theory. There is a significant amount of not real people, bots.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
And that's at this point, that's not even a theory. That's just reality. There are a ton of bots.
I saw the percentage of 49%, and this was 2018. Was probably a bot.
I think
of some sort.
ACLU has it at 49% or something now. It's seriously.
Yeah, it's way up.
It is.
Yeah.
It is a ridiculous.
Yeah, imagine
amount.
if our elections had 49% bots at the,
Imagine.
Yeah.
So,
Sounds like 2020.
the dead internet theory tends to imply that the internet is dead and that it is dying, but it's really not. It's just that there's a lot of inorganic interaction, right?
Sure.
It is not. You're not interacting with something that is alive. That's where they got the dead internet theory. So the two things I have wrong with it is that it's not really a theory anymore. This is real.
Mm-hmm.
It's provable. This is a real thing. And two is that the term dead is not really the right way to put it.
Okay.
Okay.
Do you think it does?
No.
Really?
I think we can get in. The internet does that. It would be impossible for the internet to die
Unless
So
you
the internet might
unless it's
change.
a physical server breakdown where you
we're,
literally
we're
cannot access
talking
it.
we're
Can't
talking
access it,
solar
yeah.
flare situation.
Okay.
Like
EMP.
Well, my thought was if it gets to the point where it's 99% fake and 1% real, wouldn't that be considered dead? And real people aren't there. Wouldn't that be considered dead?
so this I see what you're saying, and I think that's where my conclusions came from, is that there right now we already have a big problem. People recognize the problem and they're coming up with solutions to the problem. The solutions are to try to move away from the ability for bots to have interaction. The bots are always going to be there. It's a matter of whether or not we know it's a bot.
Gotcha.
So that's where the idea of passkeys comes in. They're trying to already now. You can go onto Facebook, just about any major site, and you can sign in with a passkey. What the passkey is your device connected to your account with an encrypted token. So only your device can access that account.
Mm-hmm.
So bots could technically have these fake devices and passkeys, but the whole point of it is that you're now authenticating yourself to your accounts, and there can be a very clear delineation between, okay, this is a real person with a real account who has signed in on their device with a real token. And the way you get to passkeys, it's not a word you remember. It's a little encrypted token from your device doing a little secret handshake. There's no words. Nobody can see it. Even the account that you're signing into, they don't see anything. It just
It authenticates that you're real.
yes.
So is this kind of taking place of what CAPTCHAs were to an extent?
Yeah, a little bit.
Somewhat.
A little bit, but there's still probably going to be a place for CAPTCHAs, right? Because bots could still kind of simulate this passkey experience.
Didn't I see where AI at this point is able to kind of get around CAPTCHAs to begin
Oh
with?
yeah,
Almost all of them.
My favorite story about those, though, this was early on, was that they gave an AI model unrestricted access and said, just try to get through this CAPTCHA. And its solution was to go ping someone on TaskRabbit and ask them to fill out the CAPTCHA for them.
Wow, that's actually terrifying.
Yeah.
I saw one where it went to the like I'm disabled, like I'm blind or deaf or whatever.
Exactly.
And it was able to get help.
It was like, no, I'm a person. I just can't see this. Can you just fill this out for me? Exactly. I'm blind. I don't know
AI,
what to do.
that goes to prove in itself. AI is not scared to lie about anything. That's a good thing to know.
Yeah, that's
It's a good
part
thing
of
to
the
just put in
restriction.
the
I mean,
memory bank.
technically AI is blind.
Yeah.
It didn't lie.
It didn't lie.
It don't have eyeballs.
Wow,
Got him.
that's an
Stumped him.
that's an ipso facto a little bit, but yeah, you're right.
Now, I also want to clarify from this point that this could come across as me saying that passkeys are scary and we should. I'm all for passkeys. If you're on
I'm a
the
little
internet,
scared of them. I'm not going to lie to you. I'm a little scared of them.
if you're on the internet, you should be using a passkey for your accounts. Yeah. If it's available, you should accept the option because it's the most secure version of signing into your account. However, if you are skeptical about the passkey, the real solution should be: do you even need to be on the internet?
Yeah, there is
the
that.
question.
But I think we get into this, but there is a level of tracking that is definitely enabled with passkeys because you are authenticating over and over again that you are the one doing this thing on the internet. Correct?
So that's the problem is that it is, and ACLU has tons of stuff on this. I've got a couple other people on the list.
ACLU, huh?
That's what it says.
Isn't that who we talked about in the Jew episode?
That's ADL.
That's an ADL. It just starts with an A.
Always like it's got to be the Jews, man. The Jews,
They're tracking
the Jews, and the
I told you.
passkeys, the keys to the banks.
From
these
village,
guys.
from a village in New York.
So
A joke for one person again.
Yeah.
there's lots of stuff out there. I've shared with you guys some of the links. We can get them on the episode. I'm sure if we put them in the description or something, I can get you a cleaner list.
Slide them across. If you got things you want to hit, let me know. I'll slide them in the video.
The
Yeah.
Let everybody
American
read it.
Civil Liberties Union.
There it
So
is.
they have a lot of links on their concerns behind passkeys and how that this is going to be too. It opens the door for some surveillance state, scary
That
stuff.
already exists.
Well, and so that's the idea. If we go back to the last episode I was on here, what we were talking about was, what was when marketing companies are using your information to try to show you ads.
Yeah.
their argument that it's ethical and fine is we're tracking a device and the trends of a device. We're not tracking the person. And
Right.
a passkey is saying,
Sure.
we're going to attach this to the person.
Yes.
Right? We're
So
attaching your...
We're just going that next level further than basically is all it is. Where before it's like, well, we're not really tracking you.
Yeah.
We're just tracking your device, which is going to be
Now,
you.
now
in a
when you have
box.
a like if I'm using when I'm using my passkeys, right, and I'm using them through a password manager, right, that hosts my passkeys. When I sign into something, it's the same passkey through the password manager, which now means that this device that marketing companies could track is directly related to all of my devices, directly linked with all of my sign-ins.
Yes.
So everything gets tracked
It's
together.
the next level,
And
basically.
So
of
what's
that.
what's the next step?
So
Microchip in the wrist,
yeah,
Or
tattoo
your
on
that's
the forehead.
exactly
Forehead.
tattoo on the forehead.
Token on the forehead.
there's another part of this that I've been
We're
thinking
getting
about
there.
is that Web3, right? Web3 kind of opened the door for true digital ownership.
Yes, and I was ignorant to this. I didn't.
never heard of
you kind of
Web3.
opened my eyes to that a little bit.
Web3 is blockchain. Web3 is Bitcoin, cryptocurrencies. That's what NFTs, right? This opens the door for real digital ownership. So when you think about the NFTs, right? People used to make the joke was like, you just paid $10,000 for this picture and I just got a screenshot of it. Now I have it too, right?
Yes,
That was the joke.
but you
And-
don't technically own it.
Right.
Yes.
All it really does is provide an ownership audit trail that makes it much easier to, like, for copyright infringement cases and stuff like that. Like, that's really where this goes.
But could it not also be a little more nefarious of like, hey, we're going to add some rarity to this and sneak this other stuff in a little bit in behind it?
The thing is that NFTs were a really dumb use of
Yeah, it's really dumb.
what was happening with what real internet ownership could mean, right? Because what this could be, the fact that there is a real thing that exists on the internet, the reason it's real is that the blockchain is basically like a general ledger book that captures everything that happens.
Mm-hmm.
So there's an audit trail. That's why it's real. So if there's an audit trail and every transaction is getting recorded, all that, and the fact that you can actually own something on the internet, it's not uncommon to think that there would be a real world where, like, the deed to your house is digital.
That's not terrifying.
Your birth certificate could be digital because it's real. It's actually, people can take pictures of it and stuff, but when it comes to actually showing ownership, the actual thing is yours.
So I'm going to break this down like Michael Scott. Break this down to me like I'm 5. So, like, this show is real. We're putting out we own it, this show out onto the internet. If somebody else was to take that, put it on their own YouTube page and spread it, they've stolen our intellectual
Intellectual. There
Data.
it is. That's
Yeah.
a funny word to get wrong.
intellectual. Wow,
It's ironic.
there's some irony
That's
in
a
there.
funny word to get wrong.
So what Web3 does is keeps
Well, it still makes it to where you're not stopping anybody from, screen recording your videos and posting them.
Yeah.
Right? It's not preventing that. There's no way it can prevent that. But what it does do is that in the case that you decided to pursue some copyright infringement, you can come back and say, here's the audit trail that says, I own this. I'm the only one that owns this. And you no longer have to go through as much proof of, like, well, look, they stole this portion of it. Or it makes it to where, sure, you can go show they screen recorded and posted. That's a pretty solid argument.
Sure. Yeah.
It's just the next level of, here's the audit trail and the fact that I have been the only person that owned it.
I think my next question would be is who has access to this audit trail at that point?
Everybody.
and right now Web 2 does not allow that.
So that's why it's decentralized, is that it is a public. It is a public audit trail, but just because everybody can see it doesn't mean anybody can change it.
Gotcha.
That's what makes it secure, is that the only way to change it is to actually transfer ownership. but everybody can see the audit log.
Gotcha.
So right now, Web 2, that's not possible.
Web 2, Web 3, it's not exactly a one-to-one jump. They just call it Web 3 because it's the next iteration of what could happen on the internet. And with Web 2, right, it's just the internet, we know it now. It really is just like the fact that we can all sign in on the internet. You have your own space, and it's
and you can interact on things in Web 2, whereas in Web 1, you had like no level of interaction that could really happen without like sending an email to something.
Yeah.
From what I watched today.
World Wide Web to the world widest web.
Yeah. And now we're widening further.
Widening.
So the problem is that what Web 3 was trying to do is decentralize the internet, and all they've done is given all the tools that are necessary to fully centralize a surveillance state on the internet.
Oh, fun.
So that's really because the only way to have true ownership on the internet is to have an audit trail.
Yeah.
Well, if your audit trail is tracked to a passkey that's tracked to you, and that's all you need. Everything that happens on the internet, next thing you know, it's all tracked.
I've got some tabs I need to delete while we're...
Let's close this out. Erase internet history.
But the alternative is a bot-ridden internet.
The alternative is an internet that is so overridden with garbage that it's completely unusable.
Yeah.
So the 99% to 1 becomes valid.
Mm-hmm.
It becomes valid, but then so you're kind of giving up the internet either way, I guess, at that point.
Yeah.
I mean, you're kind of...
We're already at the point of a 50-50 split, basically.
Yeah, you said 51, 49%.
Yeah,
51% bot.
49 is what I'm seeing, and that's what he said
like
too,
49%. We're already at the point that, like, if it's 49% bots, if you're interacting with an account that you don't know, it is a 50-50 chance whether or not that's a real person.
So the trolls that are hitting us...
Coming up in the break. You're gonna want to hear some of these.
Yeah.
These are fun.
Yeah, we'll break that down.
I'll pull a couple up.
Yeah. Oh yeah, we can play. We can show a little screenshot on the thing.
Yeah, we can.
So where does Web 2 and 3? Where does that play in with IPv4 and 6 transition?
Okay, it not really. It doesn't really. That changing from the IPv4 to the IPv6. IPv6 is just creating more IP addresses because we ran out.
But I thought it was a different setup that everybody's got to go to.
It's a different structure of how the naming convention of the IP addresses, but basically just included more characters, so that way we could have a grand total of more IP addresses. Because when they came out with IPv4, they were like, "Hey, you've got
it's more than we'll ever need.
You've got four sets of four sets of a digit from like 0 to 255.
Yeah,
you'll never need more than that because that's like I forget what the number is.
Yeah,
4.3 billion unique.
Yeah.
IP addresses under IPv4.
Just an area code now.
Which we literally ran out of them.
Yeah, we ran out. Yeah, there's a market for them. I know we've talked about this off air, but there's a market where you can buy and sell IP addresses, and they change market value because they're running out. It's like if you had a certain number of water bottles, if there's less water bottles, that water bottle is going to be more expensive.
They're about to put IP addresses on the blockchain, and now everybody's going to be tracking them.
I'm glad I don't live in that world. Dang it, he got 247-84765 and just losing your mind over a 9-digit number.
Well, I mean, it's the same thing that happened with phone numbers.
I guess.
People buy phone numbers now.
Yeah, some guy in Saudi Arabia has like all zeros and one at the end. Like he's going for that IP address.
How do you get in that market? How do you become an IP address broker?
I don't know.
That's a very specific.
You step out of your basement and then the sun hits you. The stink from your pits permeates the room, and your mother says, "Pizza rolls are ready," and then you go to the back of the basement.
Hey, he's a wealthy man, though.
He is.
He's a very wealthy man. If he's in that world,
and he dies of a heart attack at 35 because of the energy drinks.
He died rich.
He did die rich.
And his World of Warcraft character was pretty high.
Pimping.
What if I told y'all I was part of a purchase of IP addresses, a block of IP addresses?
When'd you do this?
I can't get onto it on there, but I've done it.
Did it work out for you?
Don't know. I need to check on that.
You're already sitting on like $1 billion or something stupid.
I'll check on that.
You get offers from like Abdullah.
Somebody from Minnesota reached out to you. They said
Yeah.
they wanted to spend a whole bunch
His
of money
name is
on
Ebda. I don't know.
Yeah.
They came into about a $9 billion.
Yeah, they came into $9 billion and they're really looking to make a big purchase to launder some money. Anyway,
So is there any way to prevent dead internet,
Well, I mean,
dying internet?
the thing is, yeah, I mean, that's what Passkeys are trying to do, right?
Okay.
That's the solution. The real question now is there's tons of people out there that are pursuing these, there's these different activist forums and lots of things that are happening where people are trying to say, hey, look, let's identify the fact that this could be a real problem. And we need to have some real policies in place protecting our personal data. And also just being aware that this is possible. And, you know, when you download an app, don't just approve everything about, you know, yeah, you can have that data. That's fine.
What if
Really question, why do you need that data?
what if we can have like Dog the Bounty Hunter style people on the internet looking for bots? You know, they're not actual police, but they're just people like looking for criminals.
Well, I mean, that's kind of that's kind of how it already works. There's not exactly an internet police.
Yeah.
So that's, the people that are doing bot detection are already the Dog the Bounty Hunter of the
They
internet.
got like a vest with the pockets
The problem
and
is they don't
leather gloves.
they don't have the same look as Dog.
I wish
they
that
were
would
the
be-
guy you were just
they would
describing
be-
as the
they
IP
would be
broker. So-
fantastic. Just a guy with long blonde hair and glasses, shades. I love
Yeah.
it.
So do you, just anecdotal, Connor, when you're like scrolling, do you get to where you can pick out when something's fake, a video's fake?
What do you mean by fake?
Like you can just tell.
Like
it's-
AI or like
Yeah.
setup or what do you mean?
Yeah.
What do you mean?
Like, for example, me and Steven was sitting at lunch the other day, and I come across a meme that was, it supposedly showed the lady in Minnesota that just got shot, showed her car being extradited out of the area,
Mm-hmm.
insinuating that it was covering up evidence.
Mm-hmm.
It took like 2 seconds for us to look at it and realize it wasn't the same car. There was no bullet holes in it. The wreck damage wasn't the same. It was obviously crafted propaganda to try to make me feel a certain way.
Mm-hmm.
Have you gotten to where you can see that when you're scrolling, zoom, you know, just
I don't know. I'm so far removed from it anyway. I'm not even putting that much thought into it.
you just
I'm
hit
not
it?
even. I'm not trusting it. I don't care what it. I'm not trusting it. I'm
Yeah.
looking. I'm looking for a quick laugh and then getting off.
You gotta say,
I'm not even. I'm not looking for an agenda. I'm not looking for anything.
yeah.
So
that's why I'm on the internet most of
Yeah.
the time. It's like there's an agenda here. I see it.
Yeah.
I can
see it.
smell
I
it.
can smell it, and that's kind of where I got, because when Nick Shirley first popped with his Minnesota video, it was the algorithm said, "Oh, you like this? You watched it for 30 minutes." All the anti-Somali stuff, and it was
That's
just
what I'm
constant.
getting.
Just,
Yeah, I'm still getting it, but
yeah.
I don't know that that's necessarily a bot. That could be a human being that's like, ooh, I can make a quick bunch of views
Yeah.
on this thing being moved, this car being moved.
I wish I was old enough to really experience early 2000s internet when it was
God, it was
organic,
so fun.
Yeah.
Man, it
really
was fun.
organic. You know.
Yeah.
I did get to.
World
I did
videos.
get to experience flash games. That's probably the best thing about the
Those are
internet.
cool.
Get on some
Fantastic.
mini clips.
Mini
some
clips.
Mini clip. God,
Some
good.
cool math games.
Cool math for kids. I
Oh
love that.
yeah, baby.
I shamefully played those.
I was all into the E-Bombs World videos and stupidvideos.com. That was so good.
Yeah.
There you go.
Or like you remember
Predated the
the
YouTube days.
the R word horse running video for 10 hours. You know what I'm talking about? You know what I'm talking about? Where it's like the two-legged horse, like it's the dumbest thing, but that was like what I think of like
Our
early.
world, our word.
Listen, you have to look it up later.
I'm not gonna look it up on my computer.
It's a.
I get it. You don't have to keep doing it.
But that embodies my experience of the internet, you know, and it's wholesome because somebody
Was it?
a person crafted that video.
Yeah.
That wasn't an AI slop machine.
Right.
Somebody had to make that video, no matter how
true.
stupid it is. A human body made that video for my
I'm
enjoyment.
not gonna lie. I'm not gonna lie to you. Some of these AI slot videos that you talk about still get me.
They get me. They get me.
They're still hilarious.
They're really funny.
and it's partially comes from a human's brain because there has to be some
An
level of
input.
prompt.
Does it though,
involved.
Zach? I was about to ask you. Is the algorithm controlled by a person or an AI or a corporation? What controls the algorithm? What in the algorithm said
is the
Joey
question, I
likes?
think.
Joey likes
Big girls. I don't
No,
know.
Joey likes dogging Somalis in Minnesota.
Okay.
Let's give him all the racist content.
Yeah. So
What made that?
the algorithm is it. That's the point of it. It is the algorithm. There's not anything that's really running it, right? There's not a group of people at YouTube watching the stuff that you're watching and going, "This is kind of the same." Put that one on
Sounds
his
like the
homepage.
Matrix.
Gonna
This
make
sounds
Joey
like the
look like a bad
Matrix, man.
But it's a combination of different tools that it started out as keywords and titles, and that's what it was trying to do, and then eventually it turned into trying to get some using the comments and the likes, and okay, well, these accounts watch these videos and like these videos, and you watch a lot of the same videos that they watch, so you'll probably like this one.
Sure, yeah.
That stuff all feeds into it, but then it started getting into, well, now the algorithm can do some content scraping. It's picking up keywords based on what you're actually saying in the video, not just what you're putting in the description. And so
Yeah, we know.
I love giving my
Yeah, we know.
I love giving my algorithm just like the runaround. I don't comment or like anything, and the videos I do spend time on, it's like the most random stuff. So like it's just like, okay, let's see if he likes this, and they just keep shooting random stuff at me, and that's how I get gems on my timeline.
Yeah.
He
So I
does.
just get,
He
like-
sends us just absolute gold most of the time.
You gotta find it.
Being in our midgets doing 400-pound squats, like just every day it's something different.
Which isn't even fair because they're only moving at 3 inches.
Exactly. It's not the same.
Joey, 3 inches is a lot.
3 inches.
This is after show content, Connor. Save
know.
it for the after show.
I know.
Only found on Patreon. Let's
That
get
is.
I
it.
thought he was gonna say something else there.
No, not OnlyFans.
OnlyFans after show content. Everybody come to that.
Oh no!
We've become desperate.
Anything to make a buck.
We brought a guest.
Let's take a quick break.
I didn't sign up for that.
Stay tuned.
Can you come talk about the dead internet with us?
Yeah. I've got a bot.
It's an interesting name for our movie.
I've
we're
got a
making.
blockchain for you to look at.
Never mind the deadbolt doors that lock from the inside.
He left to go lock the door before.
Why
the-
is there 7
Yeah,
rugs
that
on the
didn't
floor?
Oh, sweet goodness.
Surrounded
So what do we do?
realities.com.
What do we do? Oh,
We'll get
sorry.
into that after.
There's a plug, brother.
Save it.
Yeah,
Save
put the
it.
plug back in.
Here's the break where we can talk about dumb stuff like our webpage that's real and organic, not fake, not AI.
It is
At all.
definitely organic.
You
There
can- and you
is-
can tell.
And you can look
You
at
can
it.
tell.
And you're gonna know.
I wonder if people go onto it and look at it and go, "Oh, this is cute,"
Yeah, there's people that do.
or "This is sad."
Yeah, I had somebody tell me about that a minute ago. How cute we were. Anyway, we'll get there. Just keep telling
Okay.
people where they should be,
So-
what they should do.
SurroundRise.com gets you links to all our social media, which we'll get to here in a second. Our Patreon, which is Patreon exclusive only after show. Zach's going to be in on it. It's that's where we do the PG
I don't know if I want to be
15.
here
You
anymore.
will be.
'cause
PG-15.
PG-15. That's the thing that doesn't even exist.
PG-15.
Yeah.
Wow, it
Yeah,
sounds like
it's
a
just-
plane.
We come up with our own ratings.
If you do PG-15 things to jars of mayonnaise, is that different than PG-13?
I think so. I think it is.
You get 2 more swear words.
Yeah. Connor will slip one in every now and then. I like
Whoa.
Yeah.
I like him. I like him.
This is just this is a teaser to the after show.
Hey,
That's what this
if you
is.
buy merch, 10% goes straight to Israel, by the way.
It does.
Does it?
It does now. Because he said it. He's
It's
got a
set
deal.
now, so now you got.
I'm just saying that to make people more mad.
Yeah, that's going to work. I'm going to put this on a short.
They're already taking my money. It's
Speaking
whatever.
of, go to Instagram. Link to it on SurroundedRise.com if you can't find it. But
You
the
will.
comment section is going nuts.
It is bananas over
You
there.
need to start putting polls out.
And
Just
we
to,
knew it. What kind of polls, Connor? Y'all gave me a hard time
the
about
one-
polls.
I didn't say the one word after that like you did.
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah.
You got to watch the
definitely
Christmas
gotta-
episode to get that.
Y'all got to
Yeah.
get your minds out of the gutter. But
That's
yeah,
us, yeah.
yeah, we thought that the Jew episode was going to be a hot topic,
It was.
and it definitely
It was
is.
a bomb.
And it's surprisingly, well, it wasn't surprising.
Yeah, I'm not
The
surprised by any
Nazis
of
come
it.
out of the woodwork pretty
Yeah,
quick. on
pretty
that.
much we came to the conclusion that yes, everyone does hate the Jews, and guess what? They're proving their points pretty
Yeah.
regularly at this moment.
I would say we were kind of down the middle of the road with that topic.
It's like, hey, maybe not everything that they do is good.
Yeah.
You know, there are things that they do that are bad. I don't agree with some of those things. Does that change covenants that were made in the Bible? No, it doesn't. And then everybody's like, wow, $7,000 going into your bank account.
Brother, I wish. I need a new car.
Yeah.
Which is awesome because you set that joke up in the show.
I did, and of course everybody didn't
jumped into
listen
it.
to it.
No,
They didn't listen to the show, but
they judged us. They judged us on
7K.
that 30 seconds, like right then and there.
So
My wife
I mean,
judges me on 30
now I wonder.
takes that long.
There's a judgment for 30 seconds. Yes.
Quiet.
Never mind.
Sorry, Mom.
Yeah. But then that makes me wonder, as we're having this conversation, am I arguing with a real human?
Yeah, was that
Maybe
real?
not.
So you say there's a 50-50 chance that the people we were arguing with is
Absolutely. Like if you're in a public forum on the internet, right? We're not talking about sending your friends a direct message when you know that you're friends with them. Like that's not the same. That's not what we're talking about. But exactly what you guys are talking about.
Yeah.
All of this interaction. Absolutely. 50% of
And
it.
you
could
can
be
always
bots.
tell in comment sections, like people, like these commenters are like probing for a like response.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
That's exactly what's going on right now.
And that's like any video. Like you can just go in there and it's like, this is a really well crafted comment,
yeah.
and it's like, man,
So is there a way to tell if it's fake or not?
No, not really. I mean, sometimes it's obvious.
Because
right? But-
I thought my test was like they wouldn't answer you back. Like if a troll got on there,
that's
called
not
us
it.
3 idiots, and we're like, okay,
That's
yeah,
the
you're
problem.
right. Tell me about your opinion, and then they don't. Then I'm like, oh, it was a bot.
so
But
AI has basically unlocked the door for bots to become everything they needed to become believable.
Yeah.
Right.
So we're arguing with fake people at this point. At
And
least somebody
be.
in this
It
is
might be
probably.
real.
and the thing is, like, I can't imagine this many people are this argumentative.
I can't
You know what I
either.
mean?
In real life, they
It's
would
like
not
they'd
be.
be like, I really don't care.
and sometimes they don't make sense either.
So
Yeah.
if you guys want to hear something crazy about how fake this really could be, I actually know a guy that has started a project where he took his close friend, he took a couple pictures of him, gave them to an AI model, and he gave it a prompt that basically says, make videos of this guy as if he was living with Bigfoot as his roommate.
Yeah.
Come up with the prompt, come up with the story, just something, and just make these YouTube Shorts videos, and then automated posting them every day. And it's already gotten to the point where he can monetize the channel.
Wow.
And he hasn't actually manually posted anything. He did one prompt and let it go.
Wow. What are we doing?
Too much work, I can tell you that.
So
Way too much going into this.
people are doing the exact same thing with bots, though,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
All they had to do is go make a bot that said, "Hey, we know that this content is inflammatory.
go
Go do that."
Go make it more.
Yes,
Yes. And there's a
Could
lot
you
of that going
could
on.
you set up like a bot war?
it already happens. They
Okay,
interact with
That's a
each other.
thing. Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
like Bloods and Crips, but bots. This is my comment section, brother.
So I mean, it's actually fun. You can go on to. It's really common on like YouTube videos that are in the financial sector, right? The people are talking about financial advice or whatever. You go into the comments on it, and there's always someone that's like, "So and such name saved me X
Yeah.
amount of money. They're so great." And there's just a thread, like hundreds of comments,
Yeah, like-
where they're talking to other bots about this same person. Like, "Oh, that person saved me too."
Either name is Nancy or David. Like,
Yes,
it's-
like,
those are
it-
two
it is
names.
the same thing. And
Generic. Yeah.
people will make multiple bots to actually create a conversation with each other, and then they also will honestly they will fight off of each other. Like if all you have to do is go make the prompt for the bot to be like, "Hey, look for this kind of comment and respond to it." They'll absolutely
gonna find what
they
server
don't,
you
they
live
don't
in.
even know that they're talking to bots. They just are going based off of there's my trigger word. Go.
That's hilarious.
Wow. So there is no way to.
So how can we
test it.
profit off this?
Oh, good question.
No, you already are technically.
Oh.
Because even
So if-
bot interaction counts as interaction.
Yeah, because
So how does so real world scenario? You get all these companies that market, right? Online marketing.
Mhm.
Wouldn't they just be throwing money away if these are just bots? There were not people that can buy these products.
So not exactly, right? Because the bots, we're still talking 50%,
Right.
right? The more interaction you have, bots or not bots, the more your content is shared and distributed.
Okay.
So honestly, they're
The
still
inverse
getting-
is happening.
Yeah. At this point already, the marketing funnel only expects a very small portion of people to go from they saw an ad to
Buying product.
they did a thing.
So they're
Right.
already plugging in.
They're
that
already-
And plus,
expectation.
I've seen a lot of companies going to AI commercials.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
And they're
I
awful.
progress-
Yeah, and they're just like, you know what? 1,000 people don't need a worker anymore. Get out of here.
Yep. See ya.
They're awful though.
They're pretty bad.
I mean, you got
they're
people
bad.
with 6 fingers and
And it's a
like
legit
using the
commercial.
scrub-
And it's a legit commercial.
yeah, like using scrub daddies.
Can we
and
go
stuff,
back in
like, it's
time to
weird.
like this is your brain. This is your brain on drugs.
This is
type
your brain on
commercials.
AI.
Those are great.
Yeah, this is your brain on AI. That'd be. Yeah.
I mean the even
Short
the,
form content, you know.
the concept of outsourcing your thinking to AI is a real thing. It's already like being proven on college campuses.
Before
that
it was
people
just
are-
outsourced to a different country.
Right. I actually
Somebody was getting paid.
Yeah.
I heard a friend shared a theory just this past week. He was talking about the original AI bots were speechwriters, right? Because whoever needed to give a speech would give them a prompt. They would write the speech, give you a draft. You would make notes. They would rewrite the speech. It was the same thing. It already existed. We just digitized it. So the only people's jobs that got stolen were speechwriters.
We
That's
digitized
it. That's what I'm
autism.
seeing. Yeah, no creativity, none of that is being subletted out.
That was the one they told you from forever. They would never get replaced. Why would that ever get replaced?
exactly.
Yeah.
A computer can't do that.
No.
So our last episode on this, we talked about the Y files. He had an episode on this very subject. And he said he's seen it himself where he would release content and it would do its normal thing. And then the next day he would release a piece of content and it would just go through the roof and tons and millions of views for no real reason at all. He just thought maybe he did a good job. But then he dug into the algorithm and the comments that were being left were by obvious bot names. And then those people that were commenting were only watching the episode for like 10 seconds.
Yeah.
So it was just driving up the views.
Yep.
So if we did something like that, if we paid for bot generated views just to bump the numbers, is that do you
It's
say that as,
beneficial. I mean, it's beneficial.
People do it.
People do it
People
all
do
the
it.
time.
A lot. It's really bad on Instagram. People buy bots on Instagram all the time, and they just to get that first kind of kick of
To bump them in.
get that little bit to get it started, and then you find your audience.
Yeah.
But it's not recommended. Like,
Yeah,
I
'cause
would
then
tell
you're
you
just
don't
seen
go buy
as
a bunch of bots now and put
No,
it.
we're
in
not
your-
gonna do
just
that.
become
No,
seen
no,
as a
we're not.
fraud.
like it's just not worth it.
We've had that offer, as we talked about in
Yeah.
our
Oh,
last
yeah.
episode. We've had that offer, and we said, no, thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just not worth it.
It's
And-
not. But I think it's, one, just dirty.
Yeah.
Two, I just don't want to be associated. I mean, I think if you get
I don't want to
caught
be
in
associated
that-
with clankers.
Yeah, how can you be proud of that either?
you get it? What you get what I'm saying?
I don't get it. Clinkers.
It's basically like a slur against a robot. Clankers.
What movie is that from?
Isn't that a movie? It's just a term.
Really?
Yeah, I call them nuts and bolts. Oh, nuts and bolts over here.
Boomer over here. Slang words versus robot.
Yeah, we're evolving, Joey. You need to move. You need to grow.
Maybe this
growing.
brings
Grow your slur vocabulary.
maybe this brings humanity together. We become
Go against
racist
the
against
clankers.
robots. No matter what
You got
skin color
clankers
you
and
have.
clankers.
there's a short.
I need to save you, Connor, but I don't know where to go from here.
No, there is no saving that, and I love it.
I love it.
So a question we did have on the Y-Files example, when he got the bump he did, there's real no explanation for it. Do you think it was just the content that just
Yeah.
happened to hit the trigger for the algorithm that time? Or
Yeah, that's all it is. Is that they kind of play against each other. The algorithm will go expose it to more people. Exposing it to more people means exposing it to more bots. More bots comment. I mean, it's just that's where the
It's like a cancer thing. That just
That's exactly what we're
spreads.
probably living in this as we're having this episode.
Yeah.
That's what we're living right now. We just did the one thing that made everybody mad. So then it drew people to it. And then the algorithm's like, oh, okay, push it out to more people.
Let's get some trolls in there.
And now we're just getting a lot more people that are mad. Granted, it's fun because we're getting to make them mad in turn. But yeah,
That's what I wanted out of the show.
you got it.
Because
buddy.
I love trolling.
got it.
I love to
You got
troll.
it.
I love to troll a troll. I'm a vigilante troll, by the way. I'm not
A
a
vigilante.
I'm a vigilante
you the
troll.
Batman of trolls over
That's
here.
right. I go against the
Bruce
trolls.
Payne.
I
What
don't
if
go
you-
after the innocent people.
What if you just walked in here in a Batman suit?
A really cheap one.
I am Batman.
Like
I
a
think
really
I have
tight
like
one.
a full Batman cowl somewhere. I could bring it for you if you want.
Really?
It's
I'd
just
wear
a
it.
it's just a gimp suit with ears
The pointy with
taped on.
do the Batman voice the whole time.
Just you hear the rubber.
Welcome
You hear the
to-
rubber.
Welcome to Shrouded Realities. I am Batman.
I'm gonna get us back on track. here.
Yeah, Joey's boomer brain.
I really need Zach to.
I like my Batman voice.
I really need Zach to tell us what do we do then. So we're gonna be tracked forever in one situation here
till death,
till death, which is kind of like 1984.
till the death of our son.
I mean, we're really in that. I mean, I've heard it thrown out forever that
what's-
we're in a surveillance state.
What's
and
the
all
biggest-
that, but
what's the biggest
this
threat?
Is the true. This is the true thing here.
What's the biggest threat? Being tracked or the internet getting so washed out that you can't trust anything?
You can live without the internet.
You can live without the internet. I think that's really, I mean, the fact of the matter is that the internet exists. It's going to continue to be used for more and more, even though it's already everything, right? If you want to know how much it breaks, turn the internet off at your house for a day and see
you
what all
start
you
getting
can do.
itchy. You're
Like-
like, oh no, what do I do
Yeah.
here?
Like
I've got this
it's-
question and I can't answer it.
Yeah.
What am I going to do?
Imagine living in the 1600s and having a brain looking for questions.
So I was just talking with my wife about this the other day. Imagine the time when people used to be like, "Hey, I got to go to this other town to work. I'll leave now and I'll be back eventually." Like,
at some point.
can you imagine telling your wife that today?
Oh, yeah.
Like, like, "Hey, I'm going on a work trip. I'll be back in."
Yeah, make sure your live 360
days,
is turned on.
3
Yeah,
months, like,
at this
yeah.
point, we're at that. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
I need to know every
And then your
move you're
horse
making.
dies, and you get dysentery, and you never come home.
Yeah,
Like, or like even just going back and reading through the Bible, and you hear about people taking trips away from their family, like, and then they came back 7 years later. You go, "I'm sorry, what?" Like,
7 years.
And then we've moved on.
everybody was okay with that?
Yeah, we thought you died like 3 years in.
it's the same thing though. Like that, we're so plugged in now.
Yeah.
You're at the stage of go off grid or try to do it the most secure way
Sure.
possible.
Yeah.
And then the best thing to do is to take it the personal approach. Personally, going to try to be as secure as possible. Going to be data minded. Going to try to make sure that I'm only giving out as much information as absolutely necessary to get the function that I need, and looking into the companies that you're creating these accounts with. Right. This doesn't really happen anymore because it became too much of a problem. But there were times that companies were actually putting in terms and conditions that they had rights to your kidneys or your firstborn child or something because it was funny. But it's a legally binding contract. And they were like,
Yes.
"Hey, stop that. Like,
Yeah,
not
yeah.
allowed anymore." So it doesn't happen anymore.
Yeah, and there'd be
So-
bodies, dead bodies everywhere.
Well, I guess where my fear is in this whole thing is these things are always presented as like a good thing
Yeah.
early in,
Yep.
and they continue to grow,
Yep.
and it just becomes like, oh, well, we just get tracked forever. And you know what I mean? Like it just takes the one wrong person to be like, oh, I'm in control of this now. And then now,
Really, what that just comes back to, the argument that could be made against, it's just the world is a fallen world. It's always going to go bad.
that's a solid answer.
It's always going to go bad. It's just a matter of whether or not you do it the most secure way possible that you're comfortable with, and understanding what you're doing before you do it.
Sure.
A lot of people, and honestly, I've done it, just hit agree. Right?
Well,
Yeah, everybody
Yeah.
does.
good luck reading that terms of service.
Yeah.
of service. I mean,
Yeah.
it's
Well,
That should
actually-
be illegal.
so that's an area that's actually where AI becomes helpful. You could take that terms of service
Have it
and
summarized.
say,
Those are the
"Hey,
high points.
tell
me
me
what's up
Tell
here."
me what I need to know what's going on.
Yeah,
Is
and
there
where's
anything in here? That,
yeah. Where's the part that I have to give my kidney in this?
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And like you can do those kinds of things. A lot of companies are becoming much more upfront about like, "Hey, look, here's the legal speak that we have to be here, but here's a summary of what that means." Whether or not you want
Still
to
wouldn't trust that.
Yeah. You don't whether or not you trust that's up to you. But that is actually a good indicator for me that the company is at least trying to
Sure. They're
faking
trying
being
to be.
upfront is better than just being like, "Here's a block of text. I know you're not going to read it. Hit the blue button." Like,
And I think everybody in this room is guilty of just like scrolling to the bottom so they can click agree. I mean,
Yeah.
people do.
So has
Just
there
so you
ever
can
been
check the
has there ever been a case or legal issue like a person versus a company over terms and conditions? Is there anything
sure.
historically that was big enough to make a rift in anything?
Yeah, I mean, that's why terms and conditions exist, right? And that's why it keeps getting longer. It's this kind of thing happens. Now, not big enough that I don't think any major company claimed anyone's firstborn child, and that never actually happened. But it was already after that the terms and conditions had to be written, and then it was the joke that they were so big and nobody actually reads them that you could put whatever you wanted and they agreed to it. Like, all of that conversation happened a long time ago. But, and yes, cases still pop up. They're never major news or anything, right? There's people that try to get some kind of lawsuit in place or some kind of, just to get a payout, right?
Hey, I said you can actually sue for unfair or illegal terms and conditions.
Nice.
Yeah.
Well,
But you have to be proved. You have to prove that you've been harmed by it.
Yeah.
I was sent
Mentally,
a
emotionally.
message. I was sent a message on Facebook from an old lady that told me that if I send this message to 100 people, then the terms and conditions would be void on Facebook. I don't know. If
I
you've
love
seen
that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All you have to do is make a post on Facebook that says, I don't agree. And
I
then
don't.
it's it.
You say
I don't consent.
I do not consent for Mark Zuckerberg to take my information.
The Mark Zuckerberg.
Yes, he himself cannot have it, and then Facebook has no legal standing.
I think my great aunt Martha sent that to me too.
Did she?
She did.
Well, she sent it to 100.
it's in the best interest of everybody to share this.
I feel
love
like
those.
we're speaking sarcastic. I feel like I need to clarify for anybody watching. No, that doesn't actually.
Yeah. Thanks.
It's like the
Well,
same
throwing
thing
that
of
out there.
share this post and your Jesus will save you.
Well, I was about to say it sounds like you didn't click like, and the devil's going to get you.
Yeah.
That's what it
I
sounds
love
like to me.
The devil's like, and then Jesus is like a warm hug.
Share this, and you love Jesus.
That's what
If
our,
you
that's what our
if you
Savior's
scroll
are-
past,
Satan does a kickflip.
Ignore this if you love the devil.
there is. I've always loved those. Those used to be emails back
Oh
in the
yeah,
day
I
that you would
used to get the
get.
text
Oh, yeah.
messages, right?
The
And
text
we
messages.
like a billion people. I don't know who these people were. How did we all end up on this list?
I remember feeling bad about that.
Yeah,
You're like, oh,
We're getting gaslit on Facebook.
yeah.
Middle school Zach was really conflicted.
I
about
was
it for a
very
while.
conflicted.
yeah, boy. You're sitting there and you're like, Jesus said, "If you're ashamed of me, and then I will."
Like, I scroll.
I scroll past
And you're like, where's it at?
I remember showing one to my dad and being like, "What do I do about this?" He was like, "Ignore it." I was like, "Oh, okay, cool."
You're like, it's not my salvation.
I thought that this was the test that they said that we were going to have.
This
I
is the
thought
mark
this
of the
is what it
beast.
was, and I've scrolled past this already, Dad.
Zuckerberg, mark of the beast. It's coming together.
It is.
It rhymes. Kind of.
What?
No, it's just
Mark
the
is
same
like a
word.
beast.
Marcus Zuckerberg.
Mark and Mark. Marky Mark. It's Marky Mark.
Good
He's
vibrations.
the mark of the beast. Anyway,
Okay.
Zach got anything else to save the world?
I don't know. Hold on, let me see. Do I have
he's got
anything else?
things. He's got a whole tablet's worth of things here.
Who's our hero?
Yeah, I mean, I think I've covered all the points that I had.
He
I've
can
covered
be
a lot of
your
stuff pretty
hero,
early.
baby.
It could be your hero, baby.
So, high points. Stay
High
off the
point.
internet.
Go
If
live,
you're not staying off the internet, be safe.
go live in the woods.
Okay.
That's what I heard.
All right.
That's what I heard.
Why were we here for an hour? That was good.
We could have just led with that.
Hey,
If
everybody,
you want to
go
be
live
safe
in
on the
woods.
internet, go to the woods.
45 seconds. I'm used to that.
I thought it was 30 seconds. You just went up.
I'm remembering wrong.
It's on a good day.
It's all a blur.
Yeah, it's all a blur. Saturday night.
Zach, thanks for coming in, buddy. I like bringing in smart people.
Yes.
A lot of
get-
times we just
giving
bring
me
up.
too much
As you can tell, there's 3 brain cells bouncing off each other in this room.
Yes. Now there's a fourth.
Well, I don't know if I brought anything to the table other than a tablet.
You brought a
did.
tablet to the table because it's sitting there. But I appreciate it. For Zach, Joey, Connor, Steven, Ruby, the podcast dog, thanks for listening.